Hey T-Tubers, it's your girl Lady C here. I know it's been a while since we've seen and talked to each other. However, a few things have changed. I'm no longer in the closet with all my chronicles. We are now in the Lady C Real Talk studio that I have moved to another area into my home. Okay, so we're going to get into our next letter. It's called Dana, and it's from Simone G. And she lives in Nevuary, Georgia. I don't think I've ever been there. Maybe none of y'all either. But it must be a small town in Georgia. Okay. Simone G writes to me, Lady T. I need your help. About a year ago, my husband started behaving differently. We are approaching our 8th wedding anniversary, but he seems so distant and is always on edge. He never spends time with me or seems interested in doing couple things. That's not good, Simone. I invited him to counseling, but he declined. He told me I was being a queen and to stop being insecure. Months have flown past, and I can't even remember the last time that we were intimate. One night, I was feeling away, and I rolled over to give him the business. Ooh, remember those days? He was gone, Lady T. So I sprung out of bed, and I saw that his slides and his basketball shorts were missing. I made my way down the hallway and into the kitchen, and I found his stupid ass held up in the kitchen pantry, carrying on a whole conversation. In the pantry? Where the food at? I mean, the door was closed and everything. I pressed my ear up against the door, and I could hear him cheesing and joking the way he used to do with me. He was laughing so hard that he started to snort. That must have been a funny joke. I used to love that goofy ass laugh. He seemed to have lost his funny bone and personality when it came to me. I stretched my eardrums to hear her voice, but the phone was too low. I banged on that door, and it must have scared him because seven cans fell on his head and his foot. Damn, Simone. He had to be rushed to the ER. He fractured 2 toes and broke his big toe. Ooh. He also suffered a concussion from the cream corn that fell on his head. Damn. I like cream corn though. You know, you prepare it a certain way. It's okay. I didn't mention the call or why I yelled the previous night to his simple ass because I felt bad about his injuries the next day. Due to the knot on his head, he must have forgotten about it too, because he never even mentioned it either. That next night, he was knocked out from the pain meds and a half a sleeping pill the vet gave our dog that I slipped to him. Simone, girl, okay. My goodness, I cooked a full course meal so he was knocked out. I took his phone and I ran to the pantry where he likes to go. Now your ass in the pantry? Come on, Simone. It had a stupid face recognition security feature on it to unlock. I ran back to the room and attempted to catch his cheating ass face at the right angle. He kept breathing and shit and moving, so I didn't do it, and it wasn't successful. Simone. I ran back through the living room where I found a picture of his ugly ass mama. It worked. They always did have a creepy resemblance. That's his Anyway, I was in. I scrolled through his call log, 14 calls from his mama, 3 outgoing calls to Starship, the sex shop. He got them on, it is saved under Starship. Now, he could have been a little more creative with Starship. I mean, really. And 109 outgoing and incoming calls from this bitch named Dana. Damn. He didn't, erase the messages and the call. He's stupid. He's a new cheater. I fought back the tears to see the text I found, filled with heart emojis and I love yous. Damn, he indeed. He ain't even Okay, we're gonna get to that later. Whew, I searched for a picture of Dana, but nothing. She must be just as ugly as his fucking mama. Oh, she mad. She said fucking. That bastard. The last text from Dana was that she was coming over the next day while I was at work. She knew my schedule and everything. I saw red. That's dangerous. Now, you know, y'all cheating heifers know y'all need to stay up out of marriage. Okay. I was going to fix them both. I loaded 2 bullets in my heat and devised a plan to return home early the next day. Before I went to bed, I stared at him. That man that stole my youth and the best parts of me. I got so angry, I jumped back out of bed. And then you doing a lot of exercise at night, child. You must be real fit. I jumped out of the bed and grabbed my razor out of the bathroom. Oh, no, Simone, no. I rubbed his cheating ass eyebrows right off his face. I chuckled, stared at him some more, and went to bed. Now, you're a little psychotic, Simone. We gotta get you some help. Let's see how Dana likes his no expression looking ass. The next morning, I hopped out of bed and pretended to be just as surprised as his ass looked. You are crazy. Whew. I got home 3 hours earlier, and sure enough, a yellow convertible was parked in my space. I parked down by Miss Johnson's house. She had a whole plan, y'all. I crept into the house. It was saturated with an intense smell of incense and old smooth R&B 90s. Oh Lord. That smell was familiar, which meant that this bitch had been to my house before. Oh, now that's a fight right there. I could hear a faint moaning aggressively coming from the master bedroom. I removed the safety from Cecil, my gun. So she done named her whole gun Cecil, you guys. She is serious. And I aimed it. I bust open the bedroom door. But Lady T, I could not believe my eyes. Now what happened, girl? All I could see was 3 balls and 2 francs. My husband lost a testicle in a freak bicycle accident as a kid. The other 2 balls, yup, you guessed it, belonged to, I guess, Dana. Dana was a man. A man has stole my husband's heart. Lady T, how do I pick up the pieces and move on? How do I unsee what I already seen? Wow. Simone, baby, this is a very serious situation here. Your husband has fallen in love with somebody else, okay? Being that it is a man or whoever, it could be a daggone squirrel. He has fallen out of love with you. And really, once that happens, you know, unless there is counseling, which he declined, which means he's probably already in love and you're just the beard right now, he probably is not going to come back to you. So please don't blame yourself. I mean, things happen. I mean, he's into somebody else. He's no longer into you. It sucks that it's been almost 8 years that y'all been married. However, you don't want to be looking like a simp out here in these streets. You need to have a serious conversation with him. Now that you've seen all of this, you know, you've seen who his partner is, you've seen who Dana is, and you really need to move on. I really suggest that you do. This is not going to be a situation that you can fix, baby, because he's already too far gone. And again, this is not your fault. I mean, he loves who he loves, and you love who you love. So you're gonna just move on, pick up the pieces, and give yourself some time. There's nothing wrong with you in the beginning offering counseling. For the couples that's out there watching right now, counseling is really actually a good idea. You actually get to sit down and talk to someone that gives you unsolicited advice. You know, you get to tell your side, he gets to tell his side, or whatever the dynamic of the relationship is, he and he, or she and she, or whoever. And you get to talk to this person that will give you unsolicited advice sometimes, because you ain't going to want to hear nothing. But unbiased advice, which is very important because, you know, your point that you're trying to make or your side is not going to be what the other person want to hear. Trust me, you know, but once you have somebody that's sitting you both down and listening to, you know, to what you both have to say, you'll get to see the other side of the person, and hopefully it helps, you know, but sometimes counseling doesn't work, and that's what divorce is for. So, I recommend therapy for you, Simone. You have been through a very traumatic experience. Being cheated on is not pleasant. You know, it's a situation that can like really break a person. It kind of makes you feel like, okay, you know, what did I do? Could I have done this differently? You know, in your case, you couldn't have done nothing unless she had a dick. But however, you know, he did like the Starships, so you probably should have went on over there and went to the Starships with him. They got strap-ons and things like that you could have used. But yes, girl, please go and get you some therapy. And you know, hopefully you guys can be friends after this. I don't know, you know, how deep your friendship was prior to your marriage, but I really think that, you know, that's something that he's gonna need help with. He wasn't even out of the closet. Look, Lady T done came out the closet. His ass ain't out the closet. You know, my closet was for Chronicles. Get that right. But you know, yeah, I mean, so Dana's a man. Wow. So Simone, I hope I helped you and gave drops of little gems in there for you. And viewers out there, if you can go into the comment section and help her out. And maybe it's something else that you might think of. Maybe you've been through this situation. Maybe you know somebody that has been through this situation and kind of help your girl out. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in and actually clicking on my video. Again, we're out of the closet. We're in the new studio, and I really want to thank each and every last one of you who are following me on Instagram, Lady T 2250 on Instagram, and finding me on here. You know, it's all in good and fun and laughs most times, but most of the time I try to drop some jewels in there so that you can move on with your life and kind of, you know, it kind of soften the blow a little bit. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos on social media. We now have about 10. I had one with my son last week who was kind of like dropping, you know, introducing a new studio, and hopefully he'll have some things coming on the YouTube for children. But again, I hope everybody's staying safe. Thanks again for all of your love and your support and your inboxes and your sponsorships. You know, we have some things coming in the mail for some people that actually believe in what I'm doing here. So again, peace.